Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast episode with Lassie and Nikki with the assumption effect. Today we're going to talk about what's the hold up with your manifestation. So, why do some people get things quicker than others? Why do you sometimes manifest things faster than others, or why haven't you manifested at all?
Exactly. I think it's a question that we're both asked a ton is, oh, my manifestation buddy got their manifestation and I didn't, or I'm seeing success stories where, somebody got what they wanted in 3 days or 5 days or a week. I must be doing something wrong. And I wouldn't necessarily say that you're doing something wrong. I think a lot of times manifestations can take longer than another just based on how much resistance that you probably started with in the first place.
Exactly. And it's not necessarily that. Some people, well, it is, but some people have a positive or in favor mindset already regarding the topic they're manifesting. So, you could have Sally Sue over here that manifested her SP back in a week, but she's already got a dominant assumption that relationships always work out for her and men always come crawling back to her. That's her dominant assumption about love or SP or the relationship. While somebody else may have had poor relationship patterns or never really experienced that. So, what they're doing by persisting is trying to change that mindset so that that is their dominant assumption.
I also tell clients when they ask me that when we're having a conversation, as far as like, why isn't there manifestation there yet? It's like, how much are you affirming? Is what you're affirming actually imply that you have what you want? How clean is your mental diet really? Because it's not just what assumptions someone might start with, it's also how much are they putting in the work, so to speak. Like some people think negatively all day long and then they're wondering why they don't have what they want. Well, you can't think negatively for 5, 6, 7 hours a day about what you want and affirm for 15 minutes.
Right. It's always the freaking mental diet. It is always like 9 times out of 10 when I talk to people, it's the mental diet. And then the other 1% is just not doing the work. But more often than not, when I talk to people, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything you tell me to do. I'm doing everything that I hear in these videos, blah, 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 blah. But when we really get into conversation about it, I'm saying, but every day I notice he doesn't text me, but I haven't gotten a job offer yet, but I haven't won the lottery. It's because you're noticing these things and you keep reaffirming them. You're basically just canceling out your affirmations. You need a good mental diet. You need a good internal support system for yourself to manifest.
Oh,
That's how we did it unconsciously before. We didn't sit there and affirm for hours a day. What we did is we had a certain mental diet that we weren't aware of, but our dominant thoughts and assumptions were created by our thought patterns and things that we experienced. But that mental diet is what projected things in your life in the first place.
well, I actually made a video on that not too long ago about how when we were spiritually asleep, we were more hopeful about what it is that we wanted. And we would think as though we had what we wanted, and we would just usually think more positively about it. But I would call it like being hopeful. And I think when people are manifesting, some of that's gone away because they're so focused on, am I having a clean mental diet? Like, when am I going to get this? How is it going to happen? Because now they know they consciously manifest. I do think that it's normal, though, to notice in the 3D reality that you don't yet have what you want. I mean, if you check your lottery ticket and it hasn't won, you're going to notice that you haven't won. But it's like, how much do you stay thinking about that? How much are you reaffirming to yourself? So, if you're manifesting money, you're not going to go out and buy a Lamborghini because you know how much money you have to spend. But at the same time, you're going to still keep affirming and persisting. So if you see that you didn't win the lottery, it's not, oh, I didn't win again. Here we go again. I'm never going to win. It's more like, oh, you look at it, you realize, this ticket didn't win. And then you still go back to, I'm a lottery winner. I'm always winning the lottery. I'm always winning jackpots. I'm always the big jackpot winner.
Right. You don't want to keep reaffirming it. You can be disappointed for a minute. You can be like, oh, that sucks. But keep moving forward. Nope, it's next time. It's going to be the next one. I'm a lottery winner and move on. Change the script, change the perspective, change the story. It's all about mental diet. It's all about persisting. But the big thing is I feel like And Flossie, you know what I'm going to say. It's those clients that we get, they get some movement, a little bit of movement, and then they really start focusing on why isn't it here? Because they got that little bit. It's like you give them a little piece of candy, but you didn't give them the whole candy bar yet. So they're like grasping for the whole thing. So they really start putting pressure on that time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so it's just, keep affirming and persisting because what you're doing is working for you. Don't focus on if you didn't get the whole manifestation immediately because it doesn't always come immediately. It's still going to come based on your dominant thought and assumptions about it, for one. And for two, some things come all at once, some don't, and that's okay because it's still going to unfold in the most beautiful way possible for you. For those of you who are really wanting to understand mental diet better, I mean, Nikki and I both have videos about that. But we actually did a video together where we did a explaining it with science, and we did basically a science looking experiment to explain mental diet and how much resistance you might be starting out with versus like affirming and then thinking positive thoughts or negative thoughts. And it was really helpful to people to have a visual, so we'll probably try to link it somewhere, whether it's um in the comments or what have you, so those of you who haven't seen it can check it out because it's actually quite hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We had some fun bloopers too.
Yeah, we did.
Man, I can't believe that was so long ago. So yeah, you guys, if your manifestation isn't here yet or you feel like it's taken too long, it's okay to notice, but don't stay there. You got to keep persisting forward and understand that there is no divine timing. It's going to take as long as it takes for you to change your mindset. And some people go into this with a mindset that already benefits that desire. So it's not that you're behind or that you can't do it or these people are better at it than you are. It's just that you're in a different place and you're now changing your dominant thought and assumption, and you're going to catch up. You're going to get it. There's no choice. That's the way it happens.
A long time ago, I did a video about, what's your holdup or what have you. And I had people ask themselves, like, why in the 3D don't I have my manifestation? And don't answer that as far as like, because I don't affirm and persist enough. Like, why do you think in the 3D that you don't have what you want? And a lot of times there's something that pops in their head that there was an assumption that's really strong for them that they didn't really recognize they were having. And I tell them, once you figure that out, then affirm the polar opposite of that.
Hmm.
If you're dominant thought is, well, it's because SP's parents, then you need to affirm that the family loves and adores you. If your dominant thought is he said we'd never be together again, then affirm something that implies to you that he wants to be with you, like SP loves being my partner, boyfriend, significant other, wife, whatever. So really look at, what do I honestly think about what I'm manifesting? Because a lot of times there's a repetitive negative pattern of thinking that people might not be recognizing that they're having. And if you do recognize that you're having it, write one of Nikki's FU letters and then one of my command letters, like to that topic, to get it out of your system, and maybe even one to yourself so that you can keep a cleaner mental diet and stay more focused on what you want. Nikki and I still write FU letters. I mean, I wrote an FU letter earlier today. Sometimes things in our 3D reality like irritate us. And what do? We write a FU letter about it.
Right. We are human after all. So that being said, keep going, guys. Try not to pay too much attention at a time. Live your life. Enjoy yourselves. This is a lifestyle. It's not a race. Keep going. We love you all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.